taking the time out to speak with us.
No worries.
What's been, first of all, your initial reaction to the news coming out after what must have been quite a difficult few months?
It's just, at this moment in time, it's one of disbelief. I mean, it still hasn't sunk in, and I was just literally sitting by the computer reading everything and just really devastated for the fans and for everyone who's involved with the club. And there's some really good people there, and I'm just literally devastated at this minute.
Has anyone from the club at this point reached out to you, reached out to the current kind of professionals there? I know, again, it's so soon afterwards, but yeah, has anyone been in touch, explain what the situation is?
No, to be honest, not at all. I think obviously so much has gone on today. We were always going to be the last to know, and that's probably the gutting part about it, because I've been in the last 6 weeks and had high hopes that everything was going to get sorted out, and then to get so close and for it to fall at the last minute is just, it adds even more to the devastation. And like I say, I still can't get over it, and there has to be some investigations into this, because it just does not seem right.
How have those last 6 weeks or so looked for you? Have you still been able to train at the club, use the facilities? Have you been in regular contact with them? Like, I wonder whether they've given you any information about what to do if this that has happened was to come to pass.
Do you know what? It's been weird, because we've been in as normal and training, and full credit to Dave Jones and Paul Wilkinson, who have kept the boys upbeat and stuff, but I don't think anyone really believed that this was going to happen. And like I say, we were sort of just preparing every single week, like the next game was going to be on, the next game was going to be on. So for it to just happen so suddenly, like I say, it's still really unbelievable, and it's just devastating, because for a club with so much history and has added so much to the league, for it to just be gone like that, it's just, like I say, it's unimaginable.
And as you say, so close, because on Friday morning there was a reprieve, and as recently as Monday we were at the stadium talking to fans who were buying tickets for what was due to be the first game of the season, and you know, they were all talking about how they couldn't believe that they'd managed to make this great escape, this last minute kind of avoiding of this situation, for it to fall through so suddenly. It is absolutely devastating, like you say. But from your perspective, I mean, you say you've been coming in week in, week out. Is it similar to as it's been at Bolton? Are you owed money by the club? Are you currently being paid?
Like I say, I think we've actually been paid by the owner once, and that was after the CVA went through. I heard, obviously, the chat he had with one of my teammates, Stephen Dawson, on the radio, and I heard him say he paid more than that, but he actually paid us once, and that was after the CVA. But before all that, obviously the PFA were helping out, but all the squad from last year are still owed the wages from last year. And like I say, at this moment in time, that's not even really something I want to go into, because these are much bigger things happening, and do you know what I mean? Like you said before, I just feel so much for the fans, because I've seen the pictures of them there at the stadium, helping tidy up, getting ready for the game, and I was so happy for them, do you know what I mean? Because I do know what a community club is, very is, and then to see this happen now, it just doesn't sit right with me at the minute. And I think, like I say, I haven't been as vocal while it's all been going on, but I've sat back and I thought, I don't want to get involved at this minute in time, and because I didn't really know what was going on. I don't think anyone actually knew what was going on, but I do think now is the time that some serious questions have got to be asked, because how can it go from 1 minute the club's going to be saved to the next? And we was aware there was other people interested, but for anyone to even allow this to come this close, when they've been saying that they have the funds to take the club forward, and then for this to happen, there's really some serious questions to be asked. And like I say, I'm not making any allegations or anything, but it's just when you see the devastation of the fans and the tweets I'm getting now, I just think I have to say something, and do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable, and I still cannot believe it.
It's interesting you say about the tweets from the fans, because I was looking on social media before we started chatting, and for a fan base that are going through such a devastating moment and something which is unprecedented in the kind of modern era of football, really, the overwhelming feeling towards you personally was that of gratitude that you had stuck with the club in the hope that it would be turned around, and kind of hopeful that you are able to go and find yourself employment, find a new club as soon as possible, and get yourself back on track. And I just think that says so much about the club fan base, that their first thought is, well, I hope Neil Dannzy is going to be all right.
Yeah, that's what like I tweeted, I've come to have a special bond with them, and obviously created some amazing memories, especially last year. And like I say, it's been all the tweets that they're giving me and stuff is it's well taken. But at this moment in time, like I say, I just feel for them the most, because you've got people that have been going to the game for years. That, like every story, you go to the game with your granddad, your mother, your dad, your brothers. Do you know what I mean? It's such a community, and it means so much to people. And for me now, it's like it's hitting me. It's starting to hit me harder, because I've got young sons myself, and I know what it's like to take them to watch my boyhood team that I grew up supporting, Liverpool, and the bond that gives us. So to see that taken away from future fans, and it's just devastating, because football brings not just football on the pitch, but it brings so much more to that. And this whole situation just doesn't feel real.
No, and as you say, after kind of the joy of last season, promotion, this shouldn't happen to any club, but to happen to a club that's just been promoted, where their fan base has gone through that moment of joy, and to then end up in this situation is just kind of a double kick in the teeth. It's a horrible situation to find themselves in. And look, you spoke a little bit a moment ago, Neil, about the conversation that Stephen Dawson had on our station when Steve Dale was on at the same time. Obviously, we can't do that right now, but if you could send a message out to Steve Dale, the ownership, to anyone out there, if there's something you could say to them, if you could have that conversation, what would you?
I'd say, look what you've done, and do you know what I mean? I ask them to look on Twitter and to read the fans, and it's almost like reading memorials at this moment in time, and seriously look at it and look what you've done, because this should never have happened. Like, if you thought you could not move this club forward in a positive way, you should never took over this club, because you've literally destroyed lives, because that's what Bury Football Club meant to so many fans.
And what we can only really hope, I guess, Neil, is that we see a situation like with Maidstone, like with Rushden and Diamonds, like with Wimbledon, where the club was ripped out of the heart of the community for whatever reason, and a phoenix was able to rise from the flames, and hopefully this great fan base get a team to support, even if they have to build their way back up. You feel like there's a town who will get behind a team, and hopefully we can see something special come from a moment so low.
100%. Like I say, there's a fan base there that deserves a football team, and I'm sure that there will be a phoenix rising, because, like I say, there's just too much community and support within Bury, and I say I'll be always in debt for the memories. Do you know what I mean? And this is something that obviously I never thought I'd ever be involved in, and to actually be involved in it now is just it's devastating. And like I say, I just want to say a big thank you to all, not just the fans, but the staff, everyone associated with Bury FC, because they've been absolutely unbelievable with me, and Bury will definitely always have a place in my heart.
Well, look, Neil, we really, really appreciate your time. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us, particularly in this moment, and we wish you the very best. Thank you for your message to the Bury fans via TalkSPORT, and You know, I hope that you personally are able to land on your feet and go on and have success in whatever you decide to do beyond this.
Thanks very much for having me.
Really candid stuff from Neil Dannzy joining us on TalkSPORT Extra Time. Messages flooding in for both Berry and for him. Calls as well on 08717 223344. We thank him for being so candid, so honest and so open. And his message to Steve Dale: you've literally destroyed lives, because that's what Berry means to these fans. We'll be speaking with one particular fan, one particular Berry fan who was not only a fan but part of the group that saved the club from administration back in 2002. A former director at the club, Ian Harrop, will join us, and then we'll be hearing from you later this hour at Will Gav on Twitter, at TS Extra Time. You can call us 08717 223344, text 81089. This is TalkSPORT. You're listening to Extra Time.